As I was going over preparing for last week's sermon, it reminded me of a funny picture that's been around for a few years now. It's made its rounds on Facebook every now and again. That relates directly to 1 Kings 19, where we read about Elijah. And I had to laugh because it came back to me recently. And if you've seen it, you probably remember it, but it's something along the lines of, this is your gentle reminder that when Elijah was so mad that he wanted God to kill him, God said, why don't you have a snack and take a nap? And the main point that it's trying to make there is never underestimate the spiritual power of a snack and a nap. Well, it came back to me because I remembered a number of years ago when I was in a different youth ministry setting. I was struggling with a lot that was going on at the time. I had some leaders that were great folks, wonderful and passionate about youth ministry, but I was struggling with how to connect with them and how to lead them well as leaders of the young people. On top of that, there were a number of other projects that I was trying to get done and focus on, and I was just having a really hard time, and I was just absolutely stressed to a point of breaking. Well, my pastor and I were having a conversation the one day about all that as I was kind of at that melting, or that boiling point, basically. And he said, you know what, Ryan, you need to get out of the office. You need to go do something for Ryan. I was trying to justify why, no, I needed to stay, I needed to get this work done. And Pastor Troy looked at me, he said, Ryan, what do you like to do to relax? Well, and if any of you know me, you know disc golf, it's sort of a safe haven for me. So I told him that, and he said, you need to go play a round of disc golf. Get out of the office, get away from work, just go decompress, get out, do something for you. Don't worry about the work. The point he was trying to make is very similar to what that meme on Facebook is trying to make. Sometimes we get so wrapped up in all the stuff that needs done and all the stuff that's weighing us down, and like we talked about, those points where we just feel like God is not there. But sometimes we need to be reminded, and maybe this is God's way of reminding you through me, that now's the time. Maybe you're stressed, you're at a breaking point, you're just worn out. Now's the time to have a spiritual snack and nap, to rest and do something for you. God's with you in that. God was with me when Troy told me, go get away from work and do something to relax, to go play disc golf. Now when I play disc golf, what I find is oftentimes that's a great opportunity for me to just reconnect with God in a one-on-one setting. But it's also an opportunity for me to rest. As much as it sounds like work to go out and throw discs and walk around, it's really rejuvenating for me. It's re-energizing. There might be something that you like to do. Maybe it's crafting. Maybe it's scrapbooking. Maybe it's doing some woodwork. Maybe it's something else. I don't know what that might be for you. But sometimes when we're going through spiritual droughts or tough times, one of the best things we can be reminded of from Scripture is the spiritual power of taking that break. Maybe you need a snack for your soul. Maybe you need a period of spiritual rest. Whatever that may be for you, I want to encourage you today, if that's where you're at, take that nap. And if you're not at that point, keep this in mind. Keep that in the back of your head, that when you run into those rough patches, when you feel like Elijah hiding in that cave in the wilderness, remember that sometimes God tells us we need to rest. We're designed for that. So whatever it is you need to do, I want to pray for you to find an opportunity to do that, to take a spiritual break, to let God just renew you and give you some rest. Because sometimes that's going to be the most helpful reminder that God hasn't abandoned us and that this stuff that we're dealing with is only temporary. Looking forward to seeing all of you again soon. Till then, have a great week.